What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So right now, if I'm honest, the lawn is pretty much overgrown. I know that you guys will remember that on Memorial Day, I was actually not able to throw down my milo due to all the rain that was coming. I didn't want to make a mistake, put it down, and have it get all washed away because we had a tropical storm coming. So here's the deal, though. I've also got fertilizer restrictions. Most of Florida does. There are laws that restrict us from putting down macronutrients from June 1st all the way until the end of September. So I had to get my milo down. I was kind of up against that May 31st, last day to Fert kind of deal, but I was able to get it down and enjoy some weeknight lawn work. So today is a super important day for me. It's Thursday night, May 31st, like 6:30 at night. It's still like 175% humidity and like literally like 88 degrees here. It's beautiful. You can see there is the sun coming down over top of my beautiful St. Augie. Either way, this is actually the last day that I can put down Milorganite on my lawn all the way until September 30th, and really any fertilizer for that matter. And that is because here in this part of Florida, and really most of Florida, we actually have fertilizer restrictions from June 1st all the way to September 30th. The reason that we have those is because we get these super violent downpours pretty much every afternoon, especially over here on the Gulf Coast, that they just storm in like heavy storms. If you ever lived here, vacation here, you probably know 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, pretty much every day, bam, it's a downpour. Everybody runs in, gets a fresh beer, has a grouper sandwich, waits the 20 minutes for it to come out, and then they go back out to the beach. Those short downpours though, they are so violent, and a lot of times they fall on dry ground because we have sandy soil, that if there was a fertilizer application done that day, it could literally just wash off, end up right into the waterways in the Gulf, and that causes dead zone. So now you can kind of figure out why I was stressing a little bit on Monday when I couldn't, apply fertilizer like the rest of you guys do, because I was like, man, I'm kind of running up on a window here. I got to get my pretty much next and last app for a while down here just to make sure I get this puppy fed with some beautiful milo. That's the thing, this year got away from me already, and I didn't even realize that the last app I put down was starter fertilizer, and again, that was on February 17th. This is, what, the 31st of May, as I said? And look at how green this still is. It's funny, that section right there has a lot of Bermuda in it, and it always turns a darker green than everything else. But you can still see, look at how pretty this lawn is. Now, this is not a plug for Next Products, but I'm telling you, I sent an email to John Perry, and I'm like, dude, I was a believer on Faith before. Now I'm a believer on sight. This lawn here, again, I told you the last time it's been fertilized. The only thing it's had since that fertilizer is, I did the prodiamine 007, so you got some potash in there, and that gave me a visual response. I think that was in March too. And then other than that though, I've done 2 apps of RGS at 3 ounces a gallon, and then about 4 weeks ago, I did a super heavy-handed app of Humic 12 and RGS out of a hose-in sprayer. We're at this, and I'm out here on a weeknight. Thumbs up for weeknight lawn work. Let's talk about localized dry spot. They're not really showing up too much. I actually started watering it and I was like, you know what? Let me just do a treatment on it. So let me kind of show you what I do with dry spots. I don't have them too bad because I've been using Humic 12 and RGS already, but that's kind of what this is. So let's see if we can spot it from this angle here. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little dry spot that's formed right here. And there's another one that's formed right here. So that just tells me maybe there's something going on with the soil. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little localized treatment here on this area to try to help this soil here to improve. So for this, you want one of these old school kind of hose-in sprayers here. This is a Chapin. I don't not necessarily sure if I like this company or not, but anyway, I'll link below to one of these. They're all dime a dozen, but you get one of these puppies, and then you want to get some Humic 12 and RGS, and we have this available for you in a 2-pack, 2.5 gallons of each, just for this very thing. We're going to use it for dry spots, and then I'm also going to show you another trick how to use it for bare spots. So what you want to do is you just want to put in 3 ounces of each. Now, if you have a larger bare spot, say over 25 square feet or so, then you might want to go to 6 ounces of each. Again, you're not going to overdo it, but I'm going with 3 ounces of each for my small spot. And what's going to happen is the Humic 12, this is going to go into the soil heavy and stimulate a lot of good activity in that soil, which will help to make that soil biostimulated, hence the name of the BioStim pack. and that's going to help that soil to be able to retain moisture better, nutrients, everything else. And then the RGS is going to extend and push really strong, dense roots into that new fresh soil so that we can hopefully create a nice little ecosystem in there that can sustain itself and not dry out when it gets hot. Also smells like success. Oh yeah, that feels like 3. Oh, see, told you, it just jumps out. Oh yeah, that feels like 3. Oh yeah, that's a good pour. So we get to do a little bigger area. That's all right. This isn't going to change the color of the lawn. It's just going to improve the soil beneath and the roots. I think with the sun facing straight at us, you can definitely see the dry spots now. Right in there and right out over there. Those are my targets. Hose her down and enjoy the flow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, mama. This is gonna come out fast. And there's a lot here. So we wanna get this coated in. That actually really goes a long way. I ended up doing a lot more of it than I thought. But now let's talk about bare spot repair. So some of you have noticed this spot that I've got right here. Something got dumped out there because of where it's at. I don't know what it is. I'm usually really careful. But either way, that's why that died. I don't know what it could have been. Either way, what I've got to do is I've got to stimulate these runners to come back in here. And I got some Bermuda coming in too. But what you want to do is you want to hose the middle of this with Humic 12, and what that's going to do is, again, it's going to stimulate that soil, make that soil beautiful. And then you want to hit the edges with RGS super heavy, and what that's going to do is stimulate all of this turf on the outside edges here to really start moving in and really start producing. So those two are working together. Now the good news for me is I've got plenty left here, so I can just use both, because both isn't going to hurt anything. And there we go. So you can go ahead, look at that turn brown like that, it's beautiful. Just hose it in there. Just feel good about it. You know what I mean? Get the edges real nice. Let's just get everybody stimulated all around here. Let's get that middle nice and wet. If you got any left over, nothing wrong here. Just go right over here. Yeah, this is a big tree. It's gonna need a lot more than this, but again, don't be scared of it, you know what I mean? Some weeds in here. Yeah, look at those roots, John Perry. And on that very same day, I put down a 9 ounce per gallon, 1 gallon covers 1,000 square feet, of 002 microgreen right here. And this was 4 weeks ago that it got the microgreen. And I saw a visual response. But man, I mean, this is still just blowing up green. It's just, and then this section of the lawn over here has been treated the exact same way, except for instead of getting 002 microgreen, it got 700 green effect at 9 ounces per gallon. And you can see here, this is looking just as good. And that goes back to something that I teach you guys a lot is, I give you my plans, I tell you to throw down milo every 4 to 5 weeks, and I want you to do that. But at some point, hey, I'm trying to vlog here, bros. But at some point, what you got, at some point, what you gotta realize is, just look at your lawn. If it looks good, you probably don't need any more fertilizer. Why throw more down? I mean, if you want to, you can, but my lawn is thick and green, so why put down more Fert? The only reason I'm doing it today is because it's the last time I can for a long time, and because I want to throw my milo down, and because I am going to get a darker blue color response here. Throw her down! Let's hope for the best. So what that tells me is all during the summer, I'm going to be just fine, because I can still use the 002 micro, because that's not a macro Fert. I can use a micro liquid and keep everything looking green. Alright, I gotta get this done. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. I'm still mowing, but 2 quick tips. We gotta give you the tip. Neighbor's lawn, uncut. My lawn cut. Mine is definitely dominating, but in this video it won't look like it is, because the uncut man, he always gets that, you know, extra little advantage. I mean, it's good to be cut, but the uncut man, he does look longer, and he does look like he dominates, when truly he does not. Another thing though, a true tip, is I like to mow a relief cut when, I mean, my St. August peaking right now, it is. And with all the rain we've had, it's not overgrown, but it's definitely thickly grown. And so when I do that, I'll mow a relief cut in it. See, so I got that relief cut right there, so that way when I'm mowing across this way, it gives the deck a chance to empty out here before it continues on the long pass. And I think that gives me a cleaner cut overall. So I don't need it with the Time Master, but I do it. But if you've got a mower that's not doing or performing well, try mowing a relief cut and then go across and see if that helps your mower to empty out better and mulch a little bit better. Anyways, fast forward now a week or so, and I was actually in Napa, California all week speaking in a conference, so I didn't get to do my midweek mow like I normally would have done. So the lawn is pretty much overgrown, but that's good. It's going to give me a chance to enjoy something that I kind of learned that I like to do, and that is a little bit of side discharge.
I don't know what this garbage is coming in here. Some sort of doveweed or something. But you can see the Bermuda is running in. Check that out. The Bermuda is running in and it's racing the St. Aug. So they're both running in together. And yeah, let's see if we can stunt the Bermuda. Oh yeah, you bastards. Anyway. There you go though, 4 weeks, running in pretty good. And again, I don't know what chemical was still left or dumped there in the beginning that could have slowed everything down anyway. Who knows what was residual in that soil from what killed it in the first place. I think it would have run a lot quicker. So we'll do some further tests, but either way, you can definitely see it moved in nice. I don't know if this will make it into today's video or not, but I'm trying these sculpted edges, and I think the wind's going to ruin this anyway, but I'm trying these more rounded sculpted edges. You'll see here where I gashed it pretty bad. I gashed it really bad in there. But when you get the points where I did it right, I think it looks pretty good. Check it out. This is the sculpted edge. It's a little bit round, and it's not so, walled square. So I'm kind of working on that technique a little bit as we go on here.